So let's do tight ends. Tight end is the deepest class, or the deepest position probably at the draft. I thought it was going to be corner and tackle, but the tight end showed out. My guy, Darnell Washington, he's now my tight end one. He ran a 4.65, Alex. He is an absolute freak. He made a highlight reel catch, which Pat Lane from Pat's Pulpit had to call me out on Twitter and say that it was, in fact, incomplete because he didn't get both feet down.
It's no fun.
But I don't care. No fun. We are not the no fun club here. We are the fun club. Darnell Washington was a beast. He's a first-round pick. He's the best tight end. He's better than Michael Mayer. I'm sorry. Mayer was slow. Darnell Washington was faster than Michael Mayer. That's all you need to know. He's a better blocker. He's faster. He's bigger. He's stronger. He's better than Michael Mayer. He's the best tight end in the class.
Yeah, I mean, that certainly stands out. I'm with the first-round grade. I have him up there.
Okay.
He's still not – he hasn't been playing tight end in a long time. The route running's not quite there. But
it's fine. He's a tight end. Catch the ball.
He helped himself out a ton. He's going to be a top 40 pick. I really believe that. But so everybody's now like, oh, you got to get Darnell Washington. He's 101. You know, look at these guys this big and this fast. Well, Mike,
yes,
I really shouldn't take this victory lap on you because you were open-minded.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
If you go back and listen to the Catch 22, not the last one, the one from 2 weeks ago, we previewed the Combine. And listen to how disgusted Evan is.
Because Evan's no
I
fun.
bring up Zach Koontz, right? This. Because Evan hates
no
fun. 6'8" or 6'7" and 6/8 or whatever he was. 6'8", 4.55.
Yep.
40-inch vertical. And you know what? He's not a great blocker. I get that. I said this when we talked about him before. He may actually be a massive slot receiver. Wouldn't be opposed to that. Bring him in, you either teach him how to block, but if he can't block, I still think he'd be a decent receiver. This is a little bold. I'm not necessarily comparing him player to player, but the player type, Mike.
Okay.
He's Travis Kelce. Or I guess if I want to, I
could he host SNL as good as Kelce did last night?
He might. If I want to be a little more restrained, Mike Gesicki.
Okay.
Mike Gesicki doesn't really block either. Mike Gesicki still like that to me. The realistic ceiling is Mike Gesicki. If you maximize him, he's somewhere close to Travis Kelce.
Okay, that's fair.
So Darnell Washington's a great player.
He's the best.
I'm not using 46 on him. I'm not using 14 on him. I'm not using 46 on him. I'm not trading up at the second round to get him.
You wouldn't take Darnell Washington at 46 if he fell there?
Not when I can go get Zach Koontz at 107.
No, dude. Darnell Washington is that much better than Zach Koontz. Look, I get it. It's cute. It's fun. Old Dominion. Let's have a party. But like,
it's not even that, Mike. We're trying to unlock Mac Jones here, right? Trying to take the passing game to the next level.
100%. All right, fine.
A huge reason Washington is so great is because he's going to come in day one, be the best blocking tight end in the league. He's going to unlock your run game.
Yep.
Patriots run game is pretty unlocked. I'm not too worried about the Patriots run game.
Okay, but it can get better.
It can get better.
Let's do more. Let's block. We have problems on the offensive line already, so why not bring in the best?
I'd rather see them extend the passing game. And look, if Koontz turns out to be a guy, Mike, who's covering him? Like realistically, who in the league is covering 6'8", 4.55 from the slot?
So you have a fair point, and I will also change 46 a little bit because look, if we can use 46 on DeAndre Hopkins and then draft Zach Koontz later on, do that all day.
There you go.
If Hopkins is gone, he's not traded, whatever, 46, I'm taking Washington over Koontz. I'm sorry. His ceiling as a pass catcher is higher than Zach Koontz. And he's a better blocker. So
I don't know that his ceiling's higher as a pass catcher. As a red zone threat, yes.
Yeah.
But like Koontz is going to be a problem in the open field.
Is he going to make a roster?
I would think so.
I mean, I know it's...
and look, the other big thing for him, honestly, the other big thing for him was we didn't know what his injury was, and that scared some people off. And there were rumors that it was a back injury, and that always terrifies you. I don't want to say dislocated kneecap is nothing. That's no joke. But he's good. He's fully cleared. That's what the report said. So, Not worried about the injury. Not, the testing, it wasn't just an urban legend. He tested through the roof. Go get him.
Yeah.
Go get him.
All right. Any other tight ends stand out? Sam Laporta from Iowa, I look at every time just because of the tight end U type with
yeah.
I know it's cliche, but I mean, when you get Kittle and Fant and TJ Hawkinson out of the same school, they're doing something right in the tight end department. And Sam Laporta ran a 4.59 40. It was the third fastest behind Zach Koontz, should I add, behind Will Mallory and Zach Koontz. I'm looking at the testing numbers, and Zach Koontz is at the top of every single one.
Mike, I don't. This guy is a unicorn. I'll remind you of this.
Okay, trivia question. Who had the fastest 20-yard shuttle?
Probably Darnell Washington.
Darnell Washington.
Right, who was second?
Zach Koontz.
None of these go across the best tight ends.
And he was tied for first on the bench as well.
Go across the best tight end. I think he benched more than Washington did. Actually,
yeah, he did.
Koontz.
2 reps.
Yeah. It's a technique thing with his blocking, which they can coach.
Right.
Travis Kelce was, I think, taken in the 3rd round.
Yeah, that sounds
Mark
right.
Andrews was taken in the 3rd round. George Kittle was taken in the 5th round. You don't need a reach to take a tight end. This is not a position you need to reach. And you have a guy here who, the testing compared to Calvin Johnson, and I'm not saying he is going to be Calvin Johnson.
He's going to be better.
When those are the numbers you have to go to find a comp, yeah, I'm interested. I'll take a flyer on the guy. I'll use a high 100 pick on the guy, or low, wherever you want to go, 10 something. I'll bring him in and see what happens.
All right,
absolutely.
But Darnell Washington, he's a unicorn just like Koontz is Darnell
He
Washington.
is a unicorn too, but you know who Koontz reminds me of in a sense? And this is going to be the second time I use this comp, this draft. It's Tyreek Woolen.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing all over again.
You just say that because you did it. That's why you're saying it. Yeah.
No, because people are going to look at the measurables and the testing, and he's from a small school, and they're going to say it's too UTSA.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And the Fun Belt, baby. And they're going to say it's too good. Are they Sun Belt? I don't think UTSA Sun Belt, actually. Old Dominion is. They're going to look at all that and say it's too good to be true.
Conference USA.
Tariq Woolen was the 21st corner off the board last year, Mike.
Yeah, that's silly.
All of the numbers said draft him, and nobody did. I think you're going to see the same thing with Zach Koontz. All the numbers are going to say draft him, and nobody else is. Look, maybe they double dip. Maybe they draft both. And I'll say
now
this.
We're talking.
To the people who are like, people hear that and, Devin Asiasi, Dalton Keene. Either one of these guys Darnell Washington certainly would have been tight end 1 in that class.
Yeah.
I do think, why can't I remember the guy's name? The other he was Notre Dame tight end who went first that year to the Bears.
Cole
Kmet. Cole Kmet's probably a better prospect than Zach Koontz is, but Zach Koontz would have been a close second.
Yeah.
Devin Asiasi is a late day 3 pick in this class, and I don't think Dalton Keene gets drafted. Like, it's a very different class. Just keep that in mind.
The tight end class is absolutely absurd this year. And so I guess you're right in that sense that why reach for Darnell Washington when you can go grab Koontz later on and you can fill other holes. I get it. I know. Darnell Washington is turning into my favorite prospect in the class.
It's fine. And look, this is what it is. You kind of have your guy that you hang your hat on,
right.
And at the other positions, like, we all love a bunch. There's guys I would take in the first round at receiver. There's guys I'd take in the first round at tackle. There's guys I'd take in the first round at corner. You can't do all of that. So, all right, who's the guy I'm going to hang my hat on here? And then you go to the next step, and it's, all right, all those positions at the second round. Who's the guy I truly believe in here? And then you go down again. I look at the rest of the class, and as good as Darnell Washington is, I look at the rest of the class and I say, I'm comfortable not taking him. I am. And maybe he becomes a great player. I'm not saying that he won't, but with some of these other guys on the board, and you look at it, the other positions in need, I can let Darnell Washington go. I'm not going to lose sleep over not picking him. He'd be a cool pick. I'm not saying he'd be a bad pick if they took him.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lose sleep if they pass on him. Now, if they pass on him and then don't take any tight ends, like that's annoying. But
Right.
You get what I'm saying. We're like, they don't necessarily need Darnell Washington to make this draft. We're like, you look at the tackles in the first round. I do feel like they need one of those guys to make this draft. I do. That's why I'm valuing those tackles over guys like Devin Witherspoon and Joey Porter should they get to 14.
Right.
Then you go down to the second round or you go to day 2 really. And like one of the day 2 picks has to be a corner. I don't know which one. Like they could go another position or trade 46 and I think they can still get a corner at 76. But as long as they get a corner there, yeah, okay, I'm good. I don't know about later than that. So I'm like tight end. Now I'm at like, all right, wide receiver, tight end, linebacker. Like I'm kind of all bunching in there. But at this point, Darnell Washington's off the board. If any of that made any sense.
No, it does. And looping in Patriots tight end news with the Jordan Schultz report today, I saw you tweet about it, that it didn't really seem like they were going to release him anyway. But Jordan Schultz essentially confirmed that Hunter Henry will not be cut by the Patriots and that they value him as both a player and a leader. And Bill O'Brien should be able to Bill O'Brien plans to better maximize his pass catching ability. So it looks like they're not going to move on from either Henry or Smith. So look, I know that they haven't been great according to their contracts, and I know that you obviously want to build a pipeline there, but if you're going to have both those tight ends back, then I think you're fine not taking one early as well.